Alright, we should be live. What's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday, happy August, and oh, we got some Master Singleton with the renewal. Yeah, and happy post LTX week. We got all the memberships. It's gonna be rolling in, so we're just gonna be chilling here with the chat. We're gonna hang out. Who was first today? Chris, Coalition Gaming Chris was first today. Then we got Craig Lilly, then Staying 2007, Donut Farmer, Kevin Ngo, what's up? Kevin Ngo says, how the heck you sat in the back seat in Danny's car? And I'll show you guys a picture of that in a second once the stream gets up and going. We got Demon Mitt, what's up Demon Mitt? We got Shane Eslick, let's see what else. Who else? We got Daniel Hulon. I met a number of Daniels actually this weekend at LTX. Dan's or Daniels. I wonder if this is one of the people that went to LTX or if it's just someone else. Let's see. We have Justin Alexander. What's up? Who just got home from the gym. Ready for the stream. Heck yeah. I'm also ready for the stream. I'm pretty excited. It's going to be a pretty chill stream, but I want to show you guys some like previews and stuff of the content that I'm cooking up, as well as yeah, just like look at pictures and talk about LTX because it was really fun. We got Mag78, who was at LTX for both days, all day, both days, and missed everyone other than Zach and Wendell, which is kind of crazy. Cause I was all over the convention floor, which is not super huge. LTX, the convention floor, like you could walk the whole thing in maybe like 10 minutes if you just walked and didn't get in lines and stuff. So the fact that I was on the floor, I was constantly walking around the floor interviewing people and doing stuff like that, and the fact that we didn't catch each other the entire time over both days, and you didn't catch anybody else aside from Zach and Wendell, because I mean like Toasty Bros was there, Christopher Yee was there, Ozzy was there, UFD Tech Brett was there, Greg Salazar was there, everybody was there, Paul, Jay. I don't know who you're looking for specifically, but yeah, crazy how you were only able to catch those people and all of Linus's crew, so yeah. Mag spent a lot of times, lost 2 hours. So at LTX, the merch line was crazy. The merch line was as long, if not longer, than the lines to do actual stuff. Like for people trying to get in the racing simulators, people trying to try out like keyboards or, you know, go to any of the booths and stuff. All the stuff that had long lines, the merch line was longer than that. People, I guess, you know, some people wanted to save money on shipping, or they wanted to buy exclusive things. Like, I think, well, isn't this, I haven't even opened this yet, this mouse mat. I think Jason Whitmer said that this was going to be an exclusive to the convention, but I haven't checked LTT store yet. I haven't even opened this yet, so let's see. So this is one of the things I got from LTX. Linus was, actually, did I get this from the bag? This might have been from Curtis, the coordinator for the creators. But this is the Vancouver Skyline mouse mat. I can't see. Yeah, it's pretty nice. So this is gonna go on my wall, and it will be a backdrop for when I film videos and stuff. But let's see what else we got here. So Mag78 went for a second screwdriver on Sunday and didn't wait a minute. I was having bad FOMO Saturday. Yeah. So they at LTX they had your build your own screwdriver thing, which maybe I can show it on here while we just hang and chill. I have footage of it. If I can find it. Let's see, build your own screwdriver. I have a lot of footage and I haven't sorted all of them out yet, but ooh, I also did ring toss. Oh man, okay, I'm excited to show some of the stuff. Okay, but where's that screwdriver building session? My stuff's not. Here it is.
And then there's a little lip on the top. That ring just sits on it like that. It just kind of locates there. It's loose until we press the
so
next piece on, but just hold it on there.
essentially all the creators got to build the screwdriver. There you can see Coalition Gaming Chris, there's Ozzy, there's Theo Joe, there's Wendell. So at the end of the day on Saturday, they let all the creators come into this section and build the LTT screwdriver using custom parts. Let's see, let me skip down here. Yeah, but then they had these like special presses and stuff like that to do that. But where's the here's the other video I have. Oh, yeah, this is where, so there's Toasty Bros, and then they had these like bins or like tables. There's Nick, Scattervolt, Greg, Pedro from PCMR. So yeah, Yvonne. We were able to build custom screwdrivers using all these like random colorful parts. So for the people who do have like the LTT screwdriver, you know, the most common one is the black and orange one, right? But we got to build our own, and I built this one. This is the one that I built. So if you can see it, the light, come on, zoom. It is red. Oh my goodness, this looks horrible on the camera because of the light. But it is red and green. This is red, like Ninja Turtle Raphael. But yeah, so here's the screwdriver. They were charging 120 Canadian for this if you went to the event. But yep. So there's my own custom green and red LTT screwdriver. What's up, Hazard Me? What's up, KL130? Let's see. What's up, Bakata? Garnakin. Hello, thinking of upgrading my 8700K. Think it's better to go for a 5800 X3D or a 7000 CPU. I know AM5 is future-proof, but it would require me to buy new RAM and cost more. Honestly, going from an 8700K, I think that 5800 X3D is priced competitively enough, and like, let's say you threw in like a B550 board, that's no more than like 150 bucks. You can carry over your DDR4. I still think it's viable to buy like a 5800 X3D new and start your platform like that. I don't think 7000 series is that necessary. I mean, obviously it depends on what graphics card you already have and things like that. But I like when I make recommendations to friends and family, even now, I'm not directly just saying only go AM5. I am still looking at AM4 options for them. Even if you said you wanted to go to something like a 5800X or something, not even a 3D, I think it would still be viable. So yeah. KL130 says, lots of Daniels. There are a lot of Daniels in this field. What up, Shauner? Shauner was also at the event. I'm trying to see if I have the video with Shauner. I have it, but I don't know if the thumbnail is gonna show it, so I can pull it up real quickly because I don't know what video file it was. Let's see if I can find it. I might not be able to. Oh, here's Zach and Brett. And other Zach. Okay, where's the Shauner video if I can find it? But yeah, I was able to meet a handful of people. Oh, here he is. Okay. Here's Shauner.
I'm gonna actually no. All right, so I'm here with Shauner, who is actually one of Zach's Tech Serve's mods, and he chills around in our streams a lot too. But
a little bit.
All right, so I've been going around asking everybody in terms of the graphics cards they have in their system, what brand with regards to like AMD, Nvidia, or Intel.
So that's gonna be either YouTube Shorts or a video. So yeah, I don't want to spoil everything, but there's Shauner. Let's see. Airport security made you open the desk mat? What about the desk mat box or the desk mat itself? I mean, if anything, the water bottles, you would think, because they're shaped like canisters, would be... You would think the water bottles would be what they would be afraid of, which also... I've not even had this thing a week yet. I already broke the cap to my LTT water bottle. And no, this is not because the water bottle is low quality at all. It is because I was stupid and I put it on the roof of my kind of slanted car, because my car is curved on the top. So I put it up there, and then when I opened up the trunk, it fell, and it hit like it hit in such a perfect but not perfect way that it just snapped the handle off of this. So yeah, it still works. The water bottle works. It's still sealed. You know, it's waterproof still or whatever. It's not leaking anything, but just completely destroyed the little handle that you get with it. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, there's my green. I actually got this one from Brett because he had some extra water bottles. I got some other colors, like the black one, and then there's like the red one right here. But this one I actually got from Brett, the green one. So thank you, Brett, for that. Mag78 says, security asked me specifically if I had a screwdriver because they had found so many LTX and I had the shirt on. That's funny. When I crossed the Canadian border, going back to the US, because so many people were leaving on the Monday, or I guess that weekend, the guards were almost ready for it. They said, well, what were you in Canada for? I said, oh, just for a convention. And then they said, oh, the LTX Expo. So they were aware. So it's funny to see at the airport, people were being stopped for their screwdriver being too long, and they had to check it in their bags that that they recognize that. So that's pretty funny. Nice. What's up, Zub-Zero? What's up? Okay, chat is going way too fast for me. I'm trying to catch up right now. What's up, Brian? Aggressor. Donut Farmer Zero says, I want to give away for LTX case toss stickers that NZXT toasted on Twitter. Oh, are you talking about when they did the live thing? Case toss stickers that NZXT hosted on Twitter? Or actually, no, they were doing TikTok lives, I think. Maybe it wasn't a Twitter live. Mag78 got a 5600 X3D. That means you have a micro center nearby, or you know somebody with a micro center, because that is the only place you can get it. Seeing videos come out of the event is awesome. Yeah, so my first video is going to be, I think, tomorrow. Let me see if I can find the thumbnail for it. I'm done editing it, but I might go back in and put some music, because I don't put background music in my videos, if you guys have noticed. But so this is gonna be my video right here. So this is really fun. I had a lot of fun shooting this video, and with the help of Coalition Gaming Chris, as well as mod Jason Whitmer. So yeah, this is a super fun video. Let me see if I can find. I'll show you guys the preview of it. I'll show you the preview of it because y'all are here. You know, y'all are supporting the stream, so you guys get to see the first 20 seconds of it.
All right, let's go. Zero. Nice try. I have faith in you guys. Let's go. Oh, on blue.
All right, so yeah, that's a snippet. That's the beginning of the video, but it's like a 14-minute video. Pretty fun.
All right, what's up, everybody? My name is Danny from Nerd on a Budget. I love coming to LTX. This is my second time here, and every time I come, I want to try to do something to give back to the community that helps make all of our PC channels thrive. So I came up with this really fun competition.
So yeah, that's the preview of it. I don't want to show any more because I want you guys to actually watch the video once the video comes out. But let's see. What's up, Nick? And then we got Jason with saying yeah, so one of the coolest things about LTX, is I think it's the best convention to, like, for creators and for viewers to meet each other and for creators to hang out. You could say the same about TwitchCon, but like stuff like TwitchCon and VidCon and stuff like that, that's also made so that viewers and creators can meet each other, but those are huge. LTX this year I think was like 5,000 to 6,000 people, which is like 2 to 3 times as big as it was in previous years, but it's still relatively small compared to other cons. So the good thing about LTX is that there is not so many people that you can't you know, that creators get bombarded. Like, it was really easy if you wanted to like see Linus walking and quickly get a picture of them or talk to him for a second. Like Jay, Paul, any of the other creators. Louis Rossman was there. I got to meet S-Von, and even, let me see, where's my S-Von? So I got a picture with Esfon, and I also got him on video as well. But yeah, it's just like these people who otherwise would have been mobbed at something like TwitchCon or VidCon. You could easily just say hi, strike up a conversation, and stuff like that with them. So it was really cool. I also got a picture with Mr. Yeaster, who is like super big on TikTok. I think the biggest PC TikToker, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But also, I was able to shoot a quick video with him. And what I'm realizing though is that I got more pictures with other people, but I was stupid and forgot to tell them or ask them to post it online. So like I got stopped by viewers to ask for, to talk and to take a picture, and I took pictures with them, and now it's on their phones, and I don't know if they're gonna post it online or not, so I can't have or see those pictures. But I wish I would have had pictures with everyone that asked and stopped me to take a picture, because that just would be nice to have to remember by. But I do have some videos from the people who stopped me, so at least there's that. Because I probed and asked them some questions. So Nick is asking, what do you think about using MSI Center for driver updates? I really dislike using like kind of those what do you even call those, like MSI Center, all-in-one software suites, I guess. I like Armor Crate and all that stuff. I really dislike using those like big software suites that try to do everything and control your computer. I like manually searching for my drivers, especially graphics and like chipset. And then yeah, for like RGB software, I like getting like the standalone software. I don't like it when it's part of the suite. So I mean, you can use MSI Center if you want to, but I mean, what drivers are you thinking about? Audio drivers, I typically I usually let Windows take care of that. Unless there's an audio problem, I don't specifically go to like the motherboard manufacturer's website to get audio drivers. But yeah, it depends on which drivers. But I typically do not like the suite, if you know what I'm talking about. What do I think is the best value GPU for 1080p? Used or new? RX 6600. I mean, I haven't even checked the price of those for a while. Are these still at exactly like 200, or are they like a little bit under, like a 180, 190? Yeah, so they're looking like right at 200. So for new, I mean, I think just the 6600, 6600 XT, or 6650 XT, or 6700/750 XT. Those are all really good value. In the used market, honestly, the RX 5700 XT is still really good for 1080p, and those can be found for like 120, 130 bucks if you're trying to go less than 200. So yeah, but also you could find 6600s, I think, for like 170 or so. So you can save like what, 15% or so if you don't mind some of these, used. But for 1080p, yeah, I don't think you need much more than this. I mean, you can if you want to like do 1080p ultra settings, but yeah. Demon saying 5800 X3D/board, or going with the Ryzen 7600 board. DDR5 is basically the same. I'd say go to AM5 setup. Let's see, what is the price of these right now? So let's take a look. 5800 X3D. Are these really? So 330, and then so that'd be, let's say you get a $120 motherboard. That's 450. Ryzen, and then 7600. 7600 is 226. AM5 motherboard. Let's just say B5. No. B650. The cheapest one here, I guess you could get a really cheap 125 here, and then DDR5. So yeah, you're right. That would be the same. And then you wouldn't have to carry, wouldn't have to carry the RAM over. So it depends on what you want. What's DDR5? Because let's just assume 32 gigs. I don't think 16 gigs would be worth getting. Do they sell 16 gig kits of DDR5. The lowest price DDR5 kit is, you can get them for as low as like $70-ish. So yeah, they are about the same price. So, and then honestly, yeah, the 7600 should be fine for most graphics cards out there. If you really want to see the difference, just look up the benchmarks between the two and see if, you know, you would prefer one CPU or the other. Shauna was way more composed for my interview than Zach's. I'm curious to see Zach's now. I think Zach's just making YouTube shorts out of his, right? I don't think he was planning on making a long form video, but we'll see. I ended up in some of Zach's shorts. Let's see. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Chat is flying by tonight. What state in the US are you in? I'm in Washington State. So I drove up to LTX 2023. You still need to come back over the border. You're in Banff, currently in town. It's kind of amazing. Yeah, Canada is freaking huge, but I think most of Canada is like, if we look at it, let's look at Canada. I'm not a huge geography buff, so let's see, Canada map. Topography? Is that what we want to look for? If we look at Canada, we'll just look at on Google Maps. So Google Maps, if we look at, try to look at what is, where's the view? Layers, terrain. There's British Columbia. Can I zoom in? Yeah, so I feel like a lot of Canada is not really habitable, or people, there's like some cities like near the coast and stuff like that, but there's a lot of also like just huge sections of forest and mountain and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it is huge if you look at it right here. Hey, what's up, Amen? What's up? I miss you at the show, says Cookie Crumbs. I find it crazy. Like, I was running into, like, Wendell for some reason. Tech Wendell from Level 1 Tech. I ran into Wendell, I feel like almost every hour or two on both days. There were some people that I just kept on seeing no matter where I went during the show. So the fact that over the course of the whole weekend, with me running around the entire show floor pretty evenly, because I kept on having to move spots so that I can get new people to interview and ask questions, as well as to give away SSDs. So I feel like I'm also short, so maybe that's why. Maybe people didn't see me because I'm not tall and like I don't stand out. But Kryptonic HD, what's up, Luis? Tech community is just amazing. It really is. Let me see if I can go to find some cool footage. Yeah, we had like a whole squad basically the whole weekend. Like, here's us at A&W. Let me see if I can. So we went to A&W for the last supper of the entire event. It was Sunday night, like 11 p.m. Here's all of us at A&W. Dinner on NZXT. They paid for us, but you got Coalition Gaming Chris, Christopher Yee's head right here. Brett, you got the Toasty Bros back there. Then you had Mark, Scatterbolt, Mark, Ozzy, some more Toasty Bros. So yeah, it was definitely a vibe. Also, we also went to LMG's headquarters. If I can get some of that footage up. Oh, I roll. Yeah, so we were at headquarters. They gave us a full tour. But on the way there, we took my Aorus.
I do have a relevant
So we rode Jason, me, Chris from Coalition Gaming, Mark from Scatterbolt, and Ozzy. They were all in the back seat. And hey, the Yaris got us there.
I have. Several times.
Yeah, so
I think.
I recorded a lot of the trip. I think I'm gonna make a vlog later on and release it sometime down the road.
I mean, if you
Of just, it'll be called LTX stories, kind of like LAN party stories, but just kind of like random footage of LTX, kind of like behind the scenes of what went on. But yeah, so we drove there, and when we got there, let me see if I got the footage of us coming out of the car.
now it is.
Oh, here it is. All right, watch us get out of the car.
No one get out yet.
All right.
So, all right, let me preface this. When we got to LMG headquarters, it was for Brett and their car. Brett from UFD Tech, you know, he has the F-150 Lightning. He got there with Zach, Christopher Yee, his, other Zach who rode along with him, and then who was the last person? And then Zach's camera person and editor. So, sorry, I'm very bad with names. But, so yeah, they got there with the F-150 Lightning, and then other tech content creators, they were getting there, and they were all in there was like so many Teslas. Man, I like 50% of all tech content creators have Teslas. So, think about it. All these cars getting into LMG headquarters, like F-150 electric, Teslas, and then you get me rolling in with Toyota Yaris, alright? I'm setting the scene for you. So then I get there with the Yaris, I park right next to the F-150 Lightning, I grab the camera, go outside, and there's my messed up car. And then, oh man. There's Jason, there's Chris, there's Mark, and there is Ozzy, all getting out of, all 5 of us getting out of my car. And there's Brett meeting up with us. Oh man.
We'll take you guys. Don't worry.
Oh my chest.
You guys good?
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. So that was super fun. Yeah. I mean, this was a blast. Like, we just for the most part we hung out, got a tour. There's Zach. There's Adam from EPOS Vox. There's Christopher Yee. Who else? People turned around. There's Toasty Bros. There was Mr. Sushi Dragon was here. Oh, there's Quinn and Sarah Dici. Yeah. Let's see. W Chen says, I didn't see Linus' entire convention. Really? Man, Linus, I feel like he was all over the place, but I was able to get a video with him. Let's see if I can get this to load. He's gonna be in the SSD video.
Sign up for the 1v1 pyramid.
All right, we'll all do that.
All right, good.
All right. Let's see what else is there. Trying to see what else I got pretty good footage of. Actually, I think that covered a lot of it. All right, sorry. Did you check out the BYOC? That you're talking about bringing your own computer. You're talking about the whale land, right? BYOC. Unless there was another section that I missed that was called BYOC. But I did see whale land from the side. I didn't actually go into whale land. I'm not sure if creators were just able to walk in and waltz in if they wanted to. I should have asked though, so I can get some like, you know, just some B-roll footage of all the different computers in there. Yeah, I saw some pretty nice builds from like, cause it was just, there's just like a small barrier, but I saw some builds there. The interesting thing about whale land is most of the time when I was looking at whale land, less than 50% of the seats were filled, which kind of makes sense to me, right? If you're going to a convention, why would you just be sitting at your computer playing video games when you could be doing that at home at any point in time? You should be walking the floor, meeting people, meeting the creators, talking and doing stuff. I mean, I get mega lands like this. It's just, I don't think I would ever want to do a mega land just because of, you know, I feel like it is not worth my time to sit and play games on my computer when I paid to come to Canada and to be at this event, and there's like so many other people walking around and other creators and stuff to like meet. But or if I did play, it would be very minimal. So it just doesn't seem like it would be worth the time and effort to set up a full rig just to only get like a few hours of gaming in each day. Though I think once the convention hall closed, I guess that's when most people would have played their games, right? Because convention hall closed at 6, more like 7. They actually let people stay in a little bit longer. And then from then till nighttime, I don't think Whale Land closed, right? It just ran till the next morning, if I remember, if I'm quoting that correctly. But let me know if I was wrong. Was anyone here in the stream at Whale Land? Zio says, I just got a 4060 Ti and I'm rocking an i5 9400F. What do you recommend I upgrade to? This is actually an interesting question because I want to say upgrade platforms, but you could still get an i9, an i7 9700 or K or whatever, or an i9 9900. I just don't know if it's worth that though. Like at this, okay, let's take a look at how much i9 9999s are, because that's not something I keep off the top of my head. Like I feel like it's gonna be too expensive to make it worth it. 900, let's just go even non-K. The cheapest, if you want an i9 9900 anything, if you just wanted to buy it now, so there's dead ones. Where's the non-dead ones? Yeah, so if you want ones that are in working condition, you're looking at like $229, $220. I mean, I don't know. I just don't feel like that would be worth it. But obviously, if you do a platform upgrade, right, and the motherboard alone for, let's say, 12 or 13 gen, that's going to be around $100, and then you're not going to be able to get an i7 or an i5 for less than $130. So you can either spend a little bit more money, just do the full platform upgrade, or I guess you could get the 9700. Let's see how much those are going for. Yeah, this is a tough one. I honestly, I don't know what I would do. And so that makes it hard to recommend. I guess you can get a 9700 for $140. I don't know how much that will. I mean, that would be a improvement over the 9400F for sure, but is it worth dropping 140 on? Let's take a look. This is why we do our research. 9400 versus 9700. Let's find it tested with a powerful. I don't know what your uses are. I'm just going to assume gaming because you mentioned 4060 Ti, but you could be doing other stuff too. So let's take a look at. Do they have the non? Okay, looks like. Oh my goodness. Sure, we're just gonna assume. Okay, Fire Strike, that's not a real benchmark. I mean, so this is with the 2080 Ti. Okay, this is still a pretty powerful card. I mean, you would imagine you'd get some bottlenecking in the CPU if it was an issue. Except something's going on with this right here. Why are they getting less on the 9900K than even compared to the 9400? What are the clock speeds? Do they show the clock speeds on here? They don't. This is okay. Okay, let's look at other results because I'm not sure if I trust that. Here we go. Okay, so it's PUBG. We got Call of Duty Warzone. Why is this not at least 720p? So there's Warzone. We're looking at like 160 versus, okay. 160 versus 180 FPS. Fortnite competitive. 288 versus, we're looking at the 9400 right here and the 9700, right? So is it worth it? I mean, can you hold off on the upgrade and still keep using your 9400F, which actually does not have that horrible of results. It's not like it's stuttering or anything. 1% lows are, oh, there was the stutter, but it also hit a stutter on the 9600 too. The 9600 dropped to 26 FPS. Need for speed, so 100. So you do get a decent FPS boost, but you're upgrading to something that's on what I would call a dead platform, because I was not a fan of pre 10th gen Intel core and thread counts. Alright, I need to get caught up on chat. Sam says, really glad I ran into you at LTX, Danny. Thanks for stopping to take a picture. I hope I wasn't too awkward in front of the camera. No. Anybody who stopped to take a picture and also agreed to do my quick little survey, everyone did amazing. Nobody was awkward or anything, so y'all did great. But thank you for, you know, for stopping me and saying hi and stuff like that. I really do appreciate it. All right, see you later, Cookie. Shauner says he'd upgrade. Older i7, yeah, so older i7s do hold their value. That is a thing. They tend to hold their value to the point where it's typically not worth upgrading. So we saw it for, what was it, 140 bucks? 155 if you have 10% tax, like where I live. I would say just hold off. Don't even upgrade. Does your 4060 Ti play games at good enough FPS with your 9400F? Are you saying like, oh my god, this is unbearable, this is unplayable? If you have the money to do a full platform upgrade, sure. Or you could hold off for the next cycle, 14th gen Intel. Or just wait until prices drop for all the current gen tech. So it's up to you, but if you feel like your 9400F is, you know, isn't doing you justice, then that's where you would spend the money. Yeah, you just game on it. Yeah, if you're just gaming on it, looking at those results, I mean, yeah, sure, the 9700 and 9900 beat the 19400F, but just looking at the results, what the heck? Okay, that 1% low might be an outlier. So definitely look at the different benchmarks, but for the most part, I mean, look at this. What is this? Red Dead Redemption 2. Let's look at the end of the benchmark. You're looking at 1% lows of 72, which, I mean, compared to 90, that's not the end of the world. I would say that most people wouldn't even be able to tell unless they have a high refresh rate monitor that dip happened to the 72 versus the 90. And then 114 versus 119 average FPS. Or no, 104 versus 120 something. Sorry, I was just reading the active one. I had the 9700K. It was nice except for the missing threads. Yeah, just from that 9th to 10th gen bump. Getting all those extra threads. Go with the 12. Yeah, so that would be my recommendation if you did a platform upgrade. Like 12400F. Very solid, but... yeah, because let me see. 9400F. What are the specs of this again? It's 6 cores, 6 threads. So if you go to a 12400F, you just doubled. You doubled your threads. And let's look at the clock speed differences. Not only clock speed. So you got 12 threads versus 6, which is pretty big difference. And then 4.1 boost with 2.9, 4.4 boost with 2.5. But you have to remember it's not equivalent because this is different architecture. So yeah, going to something like this would be huge. But if you could wait, then maybe you could even squeeze in a 13400F once those drop in price more. Once you do your platform upgrade, that is. You're saying it performs really well, but I want to upgrade my son's PC because his platform is pretty old. Oh, alright. Yes. So that's part of the story. If you pretty much are gonna buy your son something to upgrade his platform anyways, then yes, for sure, upgrade your platform right now. Then, you know, if your son's computer is that bad, where you're gonna be spending money either way, whether it be on something completely different or on something for yourself, so you can give a hand-me-down, then yeah, don't feel guilty about upgrading yourself right now. If your son can make full use of that 9400F, yeah, feel free. Ransack said, it's gonna feel satisfying upgrading my CPU. What's your CPU, Ransack? I may have missed it up above. Ian McLeod. I am getting ready to make my wife a new build. I'm still on the debate, Intel or AMD. What graphics card do you have? Not like that makes a big difference, but I'm just curious. Gentlemen, stop giving your hand-me-downs to your wives and girlfriends and children. Build them a rig fresh with the good stuff they deserve. That's funny because in the video that's gonna release tomorrow, one of the people... Actually, I have one of the interviews. I'll play one of the interviews. Where's it at? It was a very... She was wearing... I'm not sure if it was a cosplay. Here it is.
All right, and what were your names?
Kevin.
Mika.
Kevin and Mika. All right, so I'm asking LTX 2023 attendees what types of graphics cards they have in their system, what brand.
I'm gonna skip to her
NVIDIA,
because she's
AMD,
the
or
one that
Intel?
had the
Longest
upgrades.
time. Parts and cheap actually go for the RTX. Yeah.
Hand-me-downs, upgrade.
Exactly. Yeah.
Speaking about language,
Yeah.
all my stuff is hand-me-downs. Upgrade
Yeah.
for every
You can
piece.
save 'em.
Every
That
piece.
way.
Your PC hand-me-down from Hyte?
Oh, it's a Frankenstein from all my friends. Everybody's like, I'll donate a CPU. Hey, I'll help you with this card. Hey, I've got the motherboard. I have no idea what the brand is, but I know it's blue.
All right, so then my last question for the...
So, the hand-me-down PCs. You know what? I like hand-me-down stuff. I like hand-me-down stuff that is still usable. There's a difference between giving someone like a Core 2 Dual from like 2010 versus giving them a 9400F or something like that, right? There's a fine line between like usable and borderline. This goes into grandma's PC to check email. It's been so long since I've gotten a new TV that the current one isn't smart. It's like they don't come basic anymore. Honestly, I used to think like that when smart TVs first kind of like appeared on the scene. Because I too had a basic TV without any integration of like Roku or anything like that. But now after being an owner of like Roku TVs, I don't think I could go back to a basic TV. I do not want to have to stick an extra... like a Fire Stick or a Google Chrome thingy stick or a Roku onto it, and we make use of our smart TV all the time. So if you only want a TV for the basics, I mean, just get the smart TV and don't ever use the smart functions. Just go straight to the input 1, input 2, or whatever, you know, PC what's it called, inputs. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think is there a reason to hate on smart TVs? I don't think they even charge more for a TV really being smart. Like, you could get, let me see, like, probably 65-inch smart TVs for $400 or something right now. If they took the smart functionality out of it, I don't think it would lower the price anymore. I don't think, like, TV manufacturers, at least for... you know, the more entry-level cost TVs, you know, we're talking like $500 or less. I don't think they really charge for the smart feature being there. Yeah, smart TVs are definitely super cheap now. I wasn't even gonna buy. Yeah, this is the case a lot of the times when Black Friday rolls around, and nowadays you can get like 60-inch TVs for $300 on Black Friday. yeah, you don't even plan on buying it, but you get a nice deal, and then you end up with, you know, a new TV or a TV upgrade. So they're making it just too easy to buy. A bunch of spying devices. Dang. Aren't you on YouTube right now? Don't you have a Google and Gmail account? Don't you have a smartphone? Don't you probably have some kind of social media? I mean, if you think just your TV is spying on you, then I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, if that's the case, do like what the Dr. Evo says. Throw away tech. Do you guys remember that free TV in exchange for your privacy? Who covered that? Was that Linus? I think that was a Linus video, right? I'm pretty sure I saw that, but my memory's bad. And also, I think multiple content creators are covering it. I ain't paying all those subs to watch TV shows or a movie. I mean... Yeah, but you can hook up to your computer and go to those watch free movies and TV shows website, right? I'm assuming that's what you do. Okay, here, honestly, the whole piracy thing, if everybody pirated, then there would be no shows and movies to go on streaming services for other people to enjoy. So you should, even though you maybe pirate, you should be thankful that other people are willing to pay money to keep services up and running. Okay, we are about 46 minutes in the stream. I don't think I have anything else LTX to cover. I guess I could, I already showed some of the stuff I got. Like, me and Jason, we did a keyboard. Oh, do I have the keyboard typing contest on here? I think I should. But we won these. I don't even know what keycaps these are. Does anyone recognize these? Oh my goodness. Can this thing zoom in without being completely blown out? Come on. Focus. I don't even know what these are. When I won them, the person just said, pick any of them. I said, just give me the prettiest ones you have. I don't know where's that typing contest though. Yeah, it's random. Oh, here it is. Okay, I found it. Oh no, this isn't it. This is me against Ozzy playing this game. Never mind. I lied. These are linears though. Unfortunately, I wanted tactile. Or I'm a fan of tactiles, but because I picked it based on colors and not by actually what the switches are, these are linear, so I think it's like 70 something. So yeah, I'll put them into some keyboard eventually, if I ever build another one. I got this little nice tech bag from the LTT merch store. It's pretty nice. It's to hold, like, you know, your screwdrivers in. They also gave me and Mod Jason Whitmer the stubby. So here's the stubby. It's in comparison, the sizes and the bit holder, drastically different sizes. But yeah, size does matter. Yo, that lime screwdriver slaps. I really do like the lime green with the red. I'm pretty sure someone else, a lot of people made some funny looking colors, and they probably have like a unique one of a kind. There's probably some kind of color combination that some of the people that I saw make. There's like only one in existence, because in terms of the customization, you're able to choose the end cap here for the bit holder. You're able to choose this main body. You get to choose this little ring, which is completely blown out right now. You can barely see that red ring. And then you could choose the section where you choose which direction the ratcheting is. So yeah, there's 4 color combinations you could do. So someone who's good with math, how many different, assuming, you know, this being red and this being opposite is different. How many different color combinations can you get with, assuming what, like 7 different colors for each one of these sections? What's the math on that? It's not 7 to the 4th, I don't think. But it's something along those lines. I wish they can do customization on the website. I would definitely order one if they did. Hey, yo, okay, let me pull up Igor. So Igor says, Danny, you were one hard worker at LTX. Every time I saw you, you were filming. I filmed a lot at LTX. It's one of those things where, so my saying with regards to filming is, you only get one chance at stuff like this. Like if I was in my studio at home filming, I could do like a million takes if I wanted. I have all the time in the world. At an event, at like a live event type of thing, or like even like a LAN party or any of that, you get one chance. 1 week from now, you don't get the chance to recreate everything and to re-record. So I'm always of the mindset of record as much as you can, because even if you don't use it, you can easily cut stuff out, but you cannot add stuff in that you've never recorded. So let me actually pull up the picture of Igor. I have it on the Discord channel because Igor was also one of the people who actually stopped me to take a picture. Here he is, if I can get it in a bigger picture. Yeah, so there he is. Thank you for the support over all the years, and thank you for stopping me and saying hi so that we could talk and chat for a bit. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, so again, I think Igor is one of the only people who actually posted the picture that we took together. Actually, Frog did too. So let me go to my Twitter. Let me go to Twitter. Let me go to here. Where is it at? Oh, yeah. So Frog also posted one too. So thank you for that. And I think that is all that I have on my timeline or in Discord. So how much do y'all think I could sell a 3050 for? Probably like 140-ish right now used. Actually, wait, those were 250 brand new, right? Let me look at the new price. It all depends on what the new price is. And what eBay is. But okay, so right now, if you wanted a 3050 on either Best Buy, Newegg, where's Amazon? Let's just see what some of the pricing is. Because honestly, the 3050, aside from reviewing it, it's just like completely like, it's just not on my radar anymore. So 240 bucks is looking like. Here's one for 225. Okay, so we've got some 225s. Let's take a look at Best Buy. We got 240 there. Whoops. Lowest price. Okay, so 225, 230 at Best Buy. And then on Newegg, we're looking at 3050s going for 225 as well. So let's try to take a guess at what the eBay pricing is before looking. So what do you guys think a 3050 will be on eBay without cheating? I'm gonna say, if I had to guess, I'd say like 180. I don't think it took that much of a price drop, but we'll see. Let's see what we can find them for. Lowest price, buy it now. It has to be. All right, so 170. Okay, so they're actually a little bit 170 here. This one's what is it? 162. 162, 170. Okay, so actually it's a little bit lower than I would have guessed. Here's one for 175. So there's a couple of them that are kind of cheap, but then they kind of quickly go up to 180. So I wasn't super far off. Yeah, so people are guessing 175, 160, 180, 165. Whoa, you think it's 139? That's too low. Demon Mitt only thinks 120 is a reasonable price. I mean, here's the thing. I think 120, I'm not saying that wouldn't be a great price. I think 120 would be too good. And if any were listed on eBay or OfferUp, they would be snatched instantly. So Is it worth 120 only? Maybe, but that's never the going price of things. Oftentimes when prices are that good, because I think 120 is like an instant buy. It's not even a question. So you got to look at like the lukewarm prices, not like the hot sale, crazy good prices, you know. Yeah, you're right. 5700 XTs are in the 150-ish range. Though, I mean, you know, you're talking about lower power consumption. You're talking about technically newer features. Not really. You could use DLSS, which, I mean, it's hard to argue that DLSS is whether or not it's good or bad compared to like ray tracing and stuff, right? So having that and having, I guess, NVIDIA over AMD with regards to if you care about encoder, if you care about RTX voice, there's, you know, there's little things that you're paying for, but yeah. It's still not really worth. Yeah, definitely. It is not worth it against a 6600. Definitely not. Kind of crazy, right? 6600 right now is going for, we just saw earlier, $200, and 3050s new are still going for $225. Like, why? How much is the 2060? All right, let's take a look at the 2060. I think we looked at this a few weeks ago. Wasn't that like 160 or something? Let's see. In working condition 2060s, we're gonna have to go for everything except new and for parts. So you got one for 130, but that's free local pickup. So that's, I don't count this one because if they're shipping, it'd be probably closer to 150. Here's one. Okay, so this one's 147. This one's 148. Yeah, so around 150 for a 2060. Okay, so I was about $10 off. Again, is it worth it compared to a 5700 XT that outperforms it? It depends. Are you team green, team red, team nothing? Deals just happen sometimes out of luck. Got my 7900 XT for $740. Where'd you get that from, Sam? That's a really good price. Because I remember after the price shops, those kind of, what, they went down to like 800 or something, right? So to get another $60 off is pretty nice. What was Sean saying? 3050 is like a 1660. I mean, we can take a look. I don't remember everything off the top of my head. I don't have a photographic infinite memory, but let's see. 3050, let's just take a look at it versus 1070. Which a 1070 can be found for, yeah, around 100 to 120 bucks. So we're looking at these two testing games. I trust these results. This is one of the trustworthy benchmarkers. Dying Light 2, what do we got? 49 versus 43 versus 49. So what is that? 6 FPS difference. That's a 15%. Sorry, you can't see because my big head is in the way here. Let me move this. There we go. So yeah, 1070. So this is 15% difference between these two. Let's go to the next one. 54 versus 63. So what is that? 9 FPS. 9 over 54 is 1.6, which is what, 17-ish, 18%. We got 76 versus 86. So 10 over 76. That's more than 10%. God of War, we got 4, so that's about 10% there. 4 FPS difference, but on such a low FPS, that's about 10%. Hitman, 86 versus 97, yep, about 10% there. So we're looking at about 10 to 15% across these games, it looks like. 50 versus 57, yeah, about 14 or so percent there. So the 1070 is about 10 to 15% slower than the 3050, which means that it should be about 10 to 15% cheaper. So Demon Mitt says, I actually ended up buying two 3060 12 gigabytes for 2 commissions, about $285 each. Recently or a while ago? I thought 12 gigabyte, 3060 12 gigabyte this week. How much are these going for? 12 gigabyte. This is the OEM one. Here's, wait, I'm trying to, why did you spend so much, Demon Mitt? 285 each? They're 224 for a 12 gigabyte. I mean, it's LHR, but who cares? Like, you're building it for commission builds that aren't miners, right? New pricing. Okay, I was about to say, okay, if it's new pricing, that's fine. Yeah. Never compare new to used pricing, guys. Yeah. So that makes more sense. I was about to say, that seemed a bit pricey. We got Citrus in the house. Where's Citrus? How have you been? What's up, Patrick Zorni? Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Way too fast. Chat was moving way too fast for me. So, Citrus in the house. Gotta stop to say hi to Citrus as well as Patrick Zorni. Welcome to the stream. Long time no see, y'all. But no worries. I don't hold grudges or anything when people can't watch. Everyone's busy, but I'm happy to see familiar names once again in the chat. Let's see. Okay, let me take a swig out of my LTT water bottle, lttstore.com. Am I gonna be like Brett now, where anytime I like drink water out of it or show anything, I have to give line? Honestly, okay, I gotta say, Linus, no matter what people think of like him and the content he puts out or whatever, events like LTT and what he did for viewers and creators in the community, it's just like there's no words I can say. Oh, this just fell off. Like to show my gratitude and thanks. Like I look forward to LTT ever since I went last year. I was looking forward to this year and it delivered, and I'm looking forward to it next year. And anyone who has gone to LTX, you probably understand the sentiment, right? Like, sound off in the chat, like, as to what kind of event LTX is. So, yeah, if I got a show for Linus for a bit, just to, like, show my gratitude and to pay him back, I'll do that. LTTstore.com. And I gotta also say that because, I mean, they hooked creators up with a backpack, too. Like, Curtis, you're probably not watching this, Curtis. Curtis Lee from LMG Group, who coordinated all the flights and the hotels for the creators, who was our point of contact. Dude was just loading me up on merch. So now I gotta be a Linus shill. Linus is overall positive for the tech community, no matter what your personal opinion is of him. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I understand people not liking the content, but him as a person, him as what he stands for in the tech community, I think it's hard to argue that he's doing good. Shauner says, LTX was super fun. I can't see myself going every year, but every few years I'd love to go. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I think for a lot of people, you know, the travel, you know, the flights, the hotel, just like food and stuff there, it's expensive. I mean, people flew in from around the world to come to LTX. So, and I think there were some complaints, so hopefully they kind of improve next year, because there were some crazy long lines. So hopefully they get more of the convention, because they didn't use up the entire convention center. I found a secret, or not me and Braythorn, we found a secret like back room of the convention center that was like completely empty and huge. You'll see it in a Braythorn video soon. But yeah, there's more room for them to expand if they can get more vendors and more like booths and activities to do. So yeah. Demon says, if I recall correctly, LTX is built to break even or make only a tiny bit of profit. Bringing a wide range of content creators is a huge draw for people to go, so it makes sense for them to treat y'all good. Yeah, dude, they treated us better than I could have asked for. Like, I don't have any of the hotel room, but they had us in the nice, like a Hyte Regency. It was super nice. Yeah. Igor, 32-hour drive to LTX from Texas was fun. I talked to an Australian guy there. Can't believe he flew that far just for LTX. Yeah, and then there were people from like Europe and stuff that came too. Crazy. But what I hope that the people who did spend the time and money to come from around the world, like they genuinely felt that they got their money's worth. Maybe they won't come every single year, but being able to go at least once in a while, I hope was worth it for them. There were a lot of Germans. Plus he had his convention right after the Taiwan one. That's a lot of flying. Secret room, what did you do in it? We just recorded a quick video with me and Breathorn. Actually, I wonder if he put out any content yet. Let's take a look. I'm supposed to have Breathorn. I think he's gonna be on next week. Okay, so he has not posted anything yet. So yeah. But I think I'm gonna have him on stream next week. We'll look at pre-builts with y'all. So if anyone wants to look at any specific pre-built company so that we can pull it up and talk about it, yep, I will be having him next week on the stream. Mino42 says, so jealous, but coming from Pennsylvania is super expensive. I gotta go at least once. Brett's driving from Pennsylvania, right? Yo, is Brett's stream still on? He should be still on. Brett's stream, I'm just gonna pull up the YouTube one because Twitch is gonna serve me ads. Oh, wait. Oh, are they not streaming anymore? And did he hide it? Did he make it home, or did he just turn off the stream? I thought Brett wasn't gonna be home for another day or two. They're driving back home now, but he may be home then. Interesting. I could have sworn when I checked in, like, what, this morning or last night, they were only 40% of the trip done. But yeah, he might be home. Oh, he has 11% to go. Twitch stream is still up. Oh, he took the YouTube dude. Ah, man. I don't want to go to Twitch because they're gonna for sure serve me an ad. Yep, there's the ad. Anyways, so while that ad plays... Hi, did something bad happen again? No, wait, what bad would have happened? Here we go. So now, alright, the ad's over. Yep. Oh, see? So they have, yep, 11%. Man. Dude, Brett's setup is crazy. The fact that they just have this... Because Brett was streaming during the event, too. Was anyone watching the stream during the event? Apparently, I was on it quite a number of times. Because Brett was part of the crew. We had, like, our own little clique going, right? At LTX. And it consisted of... let me see if I have the... Let me see if I have the footage. Oh, sorry. I just blew your ears off. Wait, there's Ozzy, there's Jason, there's Brett, there's Brett's Zach, there's Chris, there's other Chris, and then there's more people than this as well. And then they did a thing where we signed. So Brett has this 4090 Supreme card, you know, AIO card, and he had everybody sign it. Every tech tuber he came across, he had sign it. So he even got Linus to sign it, and that's for a giveaway that he's gonna be doing or is doing on the stream, right? So yeah, basically it's the cannonball thing, except with the cannonball, it's usually like, I guess they get out of the car sometimes, but he had like a bunch of battery banks and stuff on a backpack and a chest mount for the event itself too. So let's see what else we got from the event. We got the case toss. Oh. Here's Ozzy with the case toss. My case toss is somewhere in the footage, but it wasn't on this day. Ozzy's toss was pretty impressive. I only got so far because they also counted rolling. So I hit like around here, and then it rolled all the like it rolled near the end. Oh, here's the typing test. I found it. I found the typing test.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta beat this. All right, let's see how I did. So yeah, this was a typing test I did to get this keycap set right here, or not the keycap. They had keycaps as prizes, but I chose these switches. And there's a section you're gonna see. I like completely skip a whole line. I think. Where's it at? Yep, there's me messing up a bunch, trying to get caught back up. So I got 109 and 90. All right, we're gonna beat that. We gotta beat that because that was actually, I feel like, not a good performance. I had stage fright. Come on now. Okay. All right. So that was a 30-second. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Wait. Let me start over. I messed up already. Okay. 124 with 97% accuracy. See, why couldn't I do that at the event? It actually doesn't matter. Yeah, and then at home performance without the pressure. I guess, I mean, there's the stream pressure, I guess, but it's not the same as in person with like, because the chair was like a little low. If you saw, my posture was different. The keyboard wasn't mine. I wasn't used to it. That was the first typing of the day. There was no warm up. So yeah, I think I usually average around 120-ish. And then I guess right now that accuracy was pretty good. I usually get like 95 or so. But it didn't matter because, so the requirements were only to get the highest prize at that keyboard booth. You only needed to get 75 to get like the top reward. So both me and Jason got over 100 words per minute. And then we just were able to choose the top reward. Oh yeah, we should have recorded Dance Rush. I want to get a Dance Rush mat now. If y'all have ever seen this game at the arcade. Oh man, I'm about to get demonetized for playing this song, so I'm gonna keep it low. But so yesterday, me and Jason went to round 1 before I dropped him off at the airport in Tukwila, Washington, and we played this game. And both me and Jason were both able to complete level 10 stages. I got like a 79%, and he got a 77%, or maybe it was switched from that. But we both passed without dying. So yeah, this is kind of like new age DDR, but it's definitely more fun because it gets you dancing. Like DDR, you're not really dancing, you're just pressing buttons. This one, it gets you like shuffling and stuff like that. Yeah, we should have recorded that because yesterday was both of our first times playing Dance Rush, but because we're both pretty good at DDR, it translates a little bit over into this game so that we could do like, you know, a level 10, which is apparently the highest difficulty song. We didn't do it perfectly, but we were able to survive and hit at least like, you know, almost 80% of the notes. Yeah, and Jan, my buddy Jan from Land Party Stories, he loves this game and he likes shuffling, so, you know, that makes sense. But, okay, let's see if I can find my case toss in here. Where is the case toss? Oh yeah, and then here's the... Alright, so here was at the beginning of the day. So there's the leaderboard for the NZXT case toss. So this was at, I think this was Sunday morning. Oz held first place for a really long time. He had 394, and then as you saw earlier, someone beat him with 401 by the end of the day. And then I was fourth with 381. And let me see if I can find my toss here. I think it's right here. Though I'm gonna admit right now.
Yeah, so it's on record right now.
Okay.
So I'm gonna admit right now. The case toss is a bit unfair because they have different size cases. So I don't know. I got what I think to be like what's it called, H210 or something equivalent.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling weak. After your toss, 390 something. Perfect.
Go ahead.
Oh, you gotta find the right.
Yeah. See, so I think most of the cases were micro ATX, or I don't think they had full mid towers, because most of the cases I saw, they were, if anything, on the smaller size of mid towers to micro ATX, and then like some ITX. And it's just the luck of the draw, right? Whether or not, because I didn't get to choose this case, it was just set in front of me. Yeah, so the rolling counts. So the rolling counts, and that's why I got a higher score. So obviously, you know, it's just for fun. If the grand prize, I think, was just an NZXT case anyway, so it's not like they gave you a free full gaming PC. It was like a prize worth maybe up to $150. So I mean, like, I think people shouldn't get too salty if they don't win the case toss. The point of these, I feel like events like this, is just for fun rather than actually trying to win a prize.
Oh wait, it counts the roll.
Yeah, they count the
I thought
roll.
it was where it landed.
Yeah, no. The roll is good.
Oh. So you got 394?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I was like, there's different cases.
Yeah. So there. Let's see. There was that. What are these two doing? Oh, I think I got a second Aussie throw. Let's see who else. I interviewed this person. Here's just a random person that you'll see in some video.
Okay.
Like when I hold the camera straight, it's just his chest. The dude was like super tall. I love interviewing tall people for this, and then like having to shift the camera up. I just find it so funny. So. What else was there? Yeah, lots of cool stuff at LTX. A monitor frisbee throw would be pretty cool, or like a discus toss. You probably can't throw it like a frisbee, but you could definitely probably wind up like a discus, using like your forearm and everything. Oh, this is pretty cool at the LTT headquarters. You don't always shoot on the Ari. They use the exact same thing that I also use. I don't know who was the first person who came up with using these shoe door hangers, but I also use these shoe door hangers to hold my wires and stuff like that. But they use it for GoPros because, you know, they're way more rich than me. But yeah, they have cameras and all that stuff. I guess I should probably show you guys some of the LTT tour because there's not much content out on it just yet. But yeah, they let us, let me see. That's not it. So they let us in. So they let us into like their lounge and break room area.
Got the perfect Linus face skin.
What was the best system you came across during your video survey? Best system was like 4090, 13900K, as you can imagine. You know, 64 or 128 gigabytes of RAM. There was definitely a wide range of systems. Like there was that, and then I actually, oh man, one of the people I gave the SSD to, they had integrated graphics. They were using an Intel processor, I forget which one, with Intel HD graphics. So it wasn't even like they're on 5600G. And they also had a small SSD. So I gave them an SSD, but the camera wasn't recording the entire time. So I don't have the footage of it. So I feel like a complete idiot for that. Complete amateur mistake, man. I'm sad because it was a really good interaction. It was these two young kids. They both had integrated graphics, but one of them had the worst integrated graphics system. So I gave him the SSD. He was super happy, and it ended up not being recorded because I suck. So, yeah.
The PlayStation's my favorite.
But yeah, here's us through the headquarters. Let me try to see if I can find any of the iconic areas. Oh, here's the kitchen set. Everyone was wanting to take pictures with this right here.
What this is here for?
Oh no, not the kitchen set. This is like the workshop set. There was a kitchen set. Let me.
No, what it's here for? It's a reflector. Yeah.
Here's the kitchen set. I'll pull it up in a second.
Where
Was there an all-you-can-eat buffet?
to have to
Yes.
create all the thumbnails.
There was an all-you-can-eat buffet on Saturday night. It was like a creator and staff dinner. They had really good food. I wish I would have recorded it, but I didn't because I didn't decide to vlog LTX until basically the end of it, unfortunately. Next LTX, I'm going to treat it like LAN party stories. It's going to be LTX stories. And it'll be kind of like a behind the scenes for you guys to see what it's like for, you know, just all the creators hanging out, traveling from place to place, doing things like that. Because, I think that's like a super fun experience. But all right, so here's the kitchen set.
This oven, actually, funny story. A guy on Craigslist thought he was ripping us off by selling us a broken oven. Yeah. We didn't need it to actually be functioning. So yeah, but we done things in the.
Did he show the light?
Nobody noticed. Noticed the wobble.
So they put a light in this oven too. Like it doesn't work. It's not functional, which kind of makes sense because this is just a set. But they put like an LED panel light in here to make it look like it's on for like when they shoot stuff, which was kind of funny. Did I get to sit in one of the WAN show chairs? I did not. I got to go in the WAN show area, but I didn't. So they let us sit in it, and here's Zach and Brett, but I didn't feel like the urge to sit in it at all. But yeah, a lot of people sat in it and took pictures. So they let us in the area, they let us sit in it, but I just kind of recorded and, you know, as well we were just hanging out. So yeah, I personally, I didn't take any pictures in the LTT sets. A lot of people did though. Like here's.
I've always thought about that this way. Like.
Well, let's see here. Let's see.
Yeah. Okay, we'll end here.
I'm trying to find all the different sets. Yeah. So here's when we first got to the WAN show.
Bigger than I expected.
Right?
Because they on camera they make it seem that it's like super.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I expected an actual room.
The funny thing is if you go anywhere in this
Sorry for my shakiness. I don't have a gimbal, or I didn't have a gimbal with me,
like,
so.
Got a lot of reverb. Yeah. Except this space. This required so much acoustic treatment, which is something that like, yeah, we do have like that, but we actually something that we haven't.
I was telling Ozzy, when you put your ears really close to the foam, it's like eerily quiet because you know, obviously the sound dampening. But so me and him were just like putting our faces next to the foam and just listening to it.
Doesn't really need it most.
So the difference between your workspace for YouTube versus the LTT HQ, I would assume that would be a similar feeling for someone without a content creation set walking into your setup. No, man. Let me see if I can put this into perspective. If this is the level of someone with no content creation setup, and then here's me having my at-home YouTube setup, and then this would be like Linus's HQ. You notice how my hand isn't stopping? The HQ is so crazy. I couldn't even pretend like my at-home setup is even remotely like comparable to it. They have their own like, you know, workshop with, they could do milling, metal printing, like laser cutting. They have separate spaces for everything. It's just crazy. They have the whole campus for it, and obviously, you know, 100-person team, multi-million dollars poured into it. I don't even know how much like my basement is worth. If I added up all my equipment down here, I wouldn't be surprised if it's, let me see, because you guys have to remember, my stuff is cheap. Like, I'm using like $90 IKEA desktops for my tables. I mean, I guess here and there you have like $100 add up. Yeah, my setup, I don't think my basement is worth more than like, I don't know, 10,000, 15,000, if that. It's hard to say because there's so much random PC hardware, That's hard to put a dollar amount on everything, but no. Linus's studios, crazy. I don't even have dedicated spaces. This is where I edit. This is where I also shoot. When you guys see me shoot videos, is back here. This is where I stream. That's where I build and test PCs. Like, everything for me is done in the same space. I don't have separate spaces for everything. Oh, no, yeah. Going through, and they let people go to, that weren't creators, go to LMG HQ. You didn't have to only be a creator. I think you have to, like, pay for a tour or have a certain tier, but they let, like, you know, non-creators come to these tours, which is pretty nice. And I think that was on Friday that was the non-creator tour.
This is a custom-made desk.
But yeah.
Nick Callanan built it.
What else from LTX was cool?
But it's designed basically for Luke and Linus. And then we have more LED.
Yeah, and then they just had, you know, some of the, like, the iconic sets and stuff. A lot of sets, a lot of gear everywhere. Let me see if I could. Oh, that was the end of the tour.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, just as you can see, if you look randomly, there's just stuff everywhere, like on these shelves, just everywhere. This is a tech quickie over. No, not tech quickie. What am I saying? Short circuit. Overhead shot right here. Yeah, you had to pay for a tour. Oh, they sold out in seconds? Okay. I mean, I can imagine. Oh, so one thing about this creator tour. So one thing about this creator tour, though, is they were only expecting, like, they said they were only expecting 8 to 10 creators to go to the creator tour. There was like 70 people there. Pretty much every single creator, aside from like a couple that I could probably name off the top of my head, pretty much everyone went. So they were not prepared. So Dennis was supposed to lead the tour, but because they had like 8 times the amount of people they were expecting, they had to break it up and make like groups of 20 and have like 4 different tour guides. But yeah, so what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. When we got back to the hotel, we just kind of hung out, and then everyone went home at the end of the day. So here's some of that. It's funny. So here's Greg and Pedro and the poet sitting there, and then they're replacing a light like right next to them. This looks like some OSHA, you know, violations right here. Like, imagine if a light bulb dropped from up there and hit Greg straight on the head. I think everyone was so tired and didn't want to move that we just all sat here. Let's see. Gerald Undone did a dedicated thing in the thing. Let's see. Oh, I think I remember seeing this. When was it?
Work for me, Linus.
Oh, he did.
We are day 2 because we shot a tour yesterday and Linus wasn't there.
Wait. When it comes to me not seeing creators, was Gerald Undone there? Was Gerald Undone one of the invited creators? Gerald Undone. I think that might have been separate then, huh? He would be like around here. So, okay, I don't think Gerald Undone went to LTX, but it looks like he was there to do a studio tour because he posted this 2 days ago, unless that's just a coincidence.
We had
well, you must have missed all the good stuff.
Let me see.
He does all my stuff.
Oh, did he got a dedicated
and then over here we've got
tour?
Shoot.
Yeah, because I'm not seeing other people in this tour. So yeah, Gerald Undone was able to get
a shoulder
like a private tour almost.
The cameras are on battery backup, so the idea is that if the power goes out, we at least.
Interesting. So this is pretty cool. Yeah, they shot a few days before LTX. Got it. So that's actually pretty cool, because I mean, so the LMG headquarters, they've shown it in bits and pieces, you know, in the videos, and just like across all the different videos, right? They've shown lots of it, but I think before this, I don't think there was like full studio tour videos, at least not to my knowledge, or not popular ones. But yeah, so just based on this being 2 days ago, I would have also thought he was at LTX, but apparently not. Yeah, so he released this 2 days ago. Jeez, 350,000 views, and yeah, I mean, apparently people really care about what LMG headquarters is like, because yeah, I don't think they've shown a kind of like an in-depth tour like this before. So pretty cool. All right, 6:30. It is 6:30, and we've been talking about a ton of stuff, but I mean, we've covered a lot of LTX. You're gonna see some videos coming out on the channel, so we can stop talking about LTX if people are sick of it now, and we can just do whatever. I do kind of have a hard cutoff. We have dinner tonight planned with some family, so I do kind of have a hard cutoff, but I'm down to do whatever. We can keep talking about LTX if y'all want to, or we can do some, just look at random deals, look at whatever y'all want to do. It's nuts how clean and organized the set looks, but then you see everything out of frame is controlled chaos. It is. You're exactly right. It is controlled chaos. They have like these, it's hard to explain, but they have like, because they have the cameras with like the actual big memory cards, or I guess drives. They're like SSDs basically that they record to, and they have like magnets on them that they put on this little bulletin board, and there's tons of the drives on there, and then you have a name, and if you're using that camera, you have to like check it out, and then you have to put a little tag to see like, oh, are you gonna use this for multiple days? They have a whole system as to how they like record, save, transfer data, backup. They explained it all on the tour, and it's just like, wow, here's me right here with SD card, no backup. If this thing died while I was recording, I guess that would have been it. Here's camera 1, here's camera 2, and then I stick it into one of these. I stick it into this so I could transfer it to my computer, just like any normal person would. And then afterwards, I just leave these on my desk or put them back in the camera, and I just clear it when I need to. But it's just like everything I'm doing is so basic compared to what they do at LMG or at any legitimate like full studio like YouTube setup. How many batteries did I have to take? So for my cameras, because I have a, for those of you who didn't know, because I don't talk about my camera gear too much. So here are the 2 cameras I have. I use cheap cameras because I'm cheap. This is the Canon Revolt T7i. I bought this for effectively like $400-ish after selling the printer and getting a big massive rebate. And then this is a T8i I bought for like I think it was like $400 actually on OfferUp from some kid who wanted to get into streaming, and then he quit, so his dad listed this on OfferUp to help him sell it. So both my camera bodies together are worth less than $1,000. But where was I going with this? But yeah, this is where I used to do YouTube. This is where I used for Craigslist for how long. This is what I use for everything that I do on the channel. These 2 basic cameras right here. I just can't get myself to spend more. This lens is like a $200 wide angle lens. For the other one that I used for the shoot, all I did was use the kit lens. This is the 18 to 55 millimeter kit lens. Like, I don't use really advanced stuff. So when it comes to like me compared to other tech content creators, I feel like my setup and gear is like very, very elementary and like basic. Yeah, so the only Sony camera I have is the one that I bought from Coalition Gaming Chris that you're seeing me through right now. That's the Sony A5000, I believe. I forget the name because all I do is use it as a webcam. But that's a Sony cam that was also I bought from Chris for like Chris probably isn't in the chat, but I bought it for like $120 or something like that from him. So yeah, I mean, my mic is like a $90 deity mic. Nothing crazy expensive. Yeah, like the T3 is still very solid to take pictures with. It'll still take better quality photos than like your phone. Just, I mean, even the most like even the old DSLRs, they work really fine. They work very well for pictures. Video, not so much. I feel like video in terms of like the T3 versus like my T8i. I think there'd be a pretty like big difference. Plus feature wise, with regards to like mic volume controls and stuff like that, monitoring, the newer cameras are better in that regard. Demon It says, goes to show you don't need fancy gear to be 6. Yeah, you don't. I mean, I bring this up quite a bit. I don't know if random gaming in HD still records with an iPhone. I feel like he might. Let's take a look at his video quality.
Hello everyone and welcome to another...
I can't tell, but this might be like an iPhone. For a long time, I know he used like whatever iPhone he had to record. I'm not sure if any of you guys know a lot about random gaming in HD or if he's talked about it recently, but I remember that was like his thing, to just use whatever phone he had to record his videos. So yeah, I mean, and he's super successful, 500,000 subs. So yeah, definitely, if you are trying to get into content creation, do not just go out and spend all the money you have. Start with, you know, either lower price stuff or your phone, and then see where it takes you, and then, you know, slowly over time spend more money. I did not always have 2 cameras. I was on 1 camera for the longest time, and I got 2 as a backup, just in case, because, you know, I could afford it once the channel was successful. But I didn't get a second camera until well after 100,000 subs. Demon makes a good point. SD cards are scary, lol. Absolute cheapest possible NAND flash you can buy, and you're betting all of your work on it. That's true. I'm trying to think, do I know of any... I've never had an SD card fail on me and lose, like, crucial footage. And I don't know if I have any content creator friends who have literally lost entire projects on their SD cards. But, I mean, yeah, it could happen. All my SD cards are some kind of Samsung cards. I mean, that's not to say it's that much more reliable than like a PNY or SanDisk or anything, but yeah. So SD cards, I don't buy the most cheap, you know, capacity ones, like high capacity ones I can find. Like I spend a little bit more. I don't get the most premium, but I don't get the cheapest either for the SD cards for my cameras. Never had an SD card fail after 2 use. Wait, who did? Let's see. 4K is nice. Yes. So I'm not sure if y'all noticed, but I do not record in 2K or in 4K or anything. I do all my... I don't even do 60 FPS, man. I'm 1080p, 30 FPS. And I don't intend to change that because I'm not trying to put more stress on my cameras, because yes, that's more data being written when you have higher FPS as well as higher resolution, and that's more just data to dump and to like store. I'm a data hoarder, so yeah, I don't delete footage after I'm done. I like move that to a different drive, and it'll be 2 to like 4 times bigger if it was higher resolution in FPS. Whistling Diesel. That's the guy who does the trucks, right? And got his stuff stolen, and he made videos about it and stuff like that. I think that's him. I've seen Whistling Diesel stuff. He's pretty entertaining, but I did not know he only uses iPhones. What? Spawn Point only uses a phone but has great lighting. Yeah, lighting, if anything, probably does... I wouldn't say it does more than the camera, but I'd say it does as much as the camera. When I used to do photo gigs, my main camera must have dual SD slots. That would be nice. It's just, I feel like I don't know much about cameras. I've mentioned this before. I'm not a gearhead. But what is the cheapest camera that can do video that has dual SD slots? Is that like a common thing in like more affordable cameras, or is that like straight up only high-end ones that are not much less than 1,000? I don't know if I'll ever spend $1,000 on the body of a camera. Maybe if it has dual SD card slots, but that would be the only reason. You met the Poets? How is he like? Yeah, I did get to meet the Poets. Terrence, aka the Poets. We were sitting at a table in the creator backroom lounge thingy, and we just had a chill conversation. He was eating, I'm not sure if he's married or if that's his girlfriend, fiance, wife, whichever. It seemed like it was his significant other though. But they were eating like a hot dog and just like chilling, waiting for him to go on to do his meet and greet. But yeah, we struck up a small conversation, and then I saw him the last night in the lounge. We were all just hanging out. But he was super chill guy, super cool, very deep, like very sexy voice. If you guys don't know who the Poets is, let me see.
The last time I saw Linus, he bought me dinner. Now I'm in Vancouver, and this is LTX Expo, so we're gonna have some fun here. I'm here a day early to see all the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah, but he was pretty chill. He's, I think, primarily a TikToker. He's, of course, like publishing the YouTube and growing his YouTube and stuff. But he has, I think, his biggest following is TikTok, or he's a tech talker, is what they call it. Lumix S5 or G9 have dual slot. Oh, okay. Let me see. Lumix G9. Lumix G9. Ooh, these are closer to $1,000 mark. Okay. It's like an S5. Yep, $1,000. So am I correct in saying that maybe dual SD is not a feature in cameras that much less than $1,000? When I brought my camera out to do stuff, I always run a dummy battery to USB cable and keep a huge battery pack in my bag. M50. Yeah. So I carry at any point in time when I do live events like this and LAN party stories. I have, I think, 9 total batteries, probably 2 official Canon ones, and then I've bought a lot of like those, you know, I don't know, green or whatever the heck generic batteries are. I bought a lot of those, but they're only like, I don't know, 1,300 milliamp hours. That's what they're supposed to be. Some of these companies probably just put on higher numbers, and they're really closer to 1,000 milliamp hours, right? So you can only ever record really like maybe 45 minutes out of it before you have to change because the battery gets low. So yeah, I did buy one of those things where you could put 2 batteries side by side, but then it's just gigantic and huge. But yeah, that's the only thing about DSLRs for recording. Camera battery typically sucks. Yeah, getting a camera rig thing. I have a camera grip. Let's see. They call it the battery grip. So yeah, I have one of these things. I don't bring it though, because it's so... I bought this thinking I would use it, but then it's so like bulky that... I mean, like when I'm at home, I don't need to use it because I use a dummy battery. And then when I go out to events, because I'm holding this camera out like every time I'm interviewing people, like this is what I do. I'm just like this. When I get someone to interview, I'm just holding it out like this. So then like having that gigantic battery grip on it is not that conducive to doing that for a long time. So I just watch my battery level and I just change it out whenever I need to. But I was changing out batteries a lot during LTX. Yeah. So you're talking about a what's it called? A cage. I don't have a cage or a rig or anything on mine. I just use mine completely plain. Because 1, I'm cheap. But 2, I typically don't attach much more than the mic to the top of it. I don't attach additional lights or anything. I need to get a better camera lenses though, because LTX indoors, you know, it's dark. This is the f4.5 is the lowest f-stop, so that's not good for low lighting, basically. I need like a 2 point something or even like a 1 point something f-stop, but those are very expensive. Have you tried a dummy battery with a portable charger? So the dummy battery, the only thing about the dummy battery is if for whatever reason you accidentally disconnect it from, let's say, your USB thingy, it'll kill the camera and it won't save the footage. So if you get disconnected during recording, like if you get disconnected from power, you lose whatever footage you're recording. So to me, that's kind of risky. Whereas with the battery, even when the battery dies, the camera knows to shut off and say put in a new battery, but it saves the footage at least. So that's one benefit to running all the way to the end of the battery, is at least you get to save the footage. Whereas if you're running dummy and somehow your cable gets, you know, unplugged or knocked loose, you lose whatever you're in the middle of recording. Triple wrap duct tape and super glue it. Yeah, it would make it easier to record. Yeah, you're right. Additional lens equal picking to a brand. Additional lens equals picking to a brand. What do you mean by that, JG? Right? Picking to a brand. Oh, you mean sticking to a brand? Like, if you get like a Canon, you can only buy Canon or Canon compatible lenses, so then you can't switch over to like Sony or whatever, Panasonic and stuff. Yeah, sticking, that's what you mean. Yeah, no, so I'm very happy with Canon. They have really good autofocus. Canon is actually really well known for their dual pixel autofocus. So for the most part, if I'm using a Canon lens on a this Canon body, the autofocus on it is really good. I autofocus all the videos I shoot for YouTube. I don't manually focus it when I do my like talking head stuff, because it's that good. And I know other people have had focusing problems. The only problem, I had one problem because I didn't use a Canon lens with it. It was a Tokino or whatever the heck that brand is. When you use a non-Canon lens on a Canon body, the autofocus is not as good. But that's on me for being a noob. So the G9 used its $899 plus tax, brings it up to basically $990 with the 12mm kit lens. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be switching from Canon, unfortunately. I'm not super far into the ecosystem. I have 4 lenses total for my Canon, and I don't think I want to resell everything and lose the money I spent initially. Because every time you sell used, you usually will lose some money. Especially since most of the lenses I bought new or almost new. But yeah, it's hard not to lose money when you resell gear. It's not like these things are super rare and that they go up in value. Maybe some cameras, but not my basic Rebels. What capture card are you using for the cam now? So the capture card I'm using for the camera, this one right here, is the cheapest Amazon, let me see, USB capture card. It doesn't even have is this thing. This is what I'm using. I think mine was 12 bucks though. This is the capture card that you are seeing right now through OBS with this camera. Yeah, it's a cheapo USB one. It works great. It doesn't have any problems. I've never had a problem. I've used it for however long now. Yeah, and again, I'm not a person who is a big snob when it comes to like super high quality streams. I just need it to be good enough for you guys to be able to watch me and listen to me. Like I don't need to be like, I don't know, who's a streamer that has really crazy high-end gear? I feel like Coalition Gaming Chris doesn't have super high-end gear, but he's kind of a gearhead, so But who is really well known for having like, I don't know, 4K stream, 60 FPS or something crazy like that? I'm the opposite of that. Is it HDMI to HDMI? Nope, it is HDMI to USB, just like Demon says. Yeah, I mean, exactly. The budget tech works. Getting better gear does not make you a better content creator. It could help, for sure. But I've never, I'm gonna say it right now, me shooting in 1080p, 30 FPS, I'm not gonna say I have never had a complaint about it, but I get like 1 or 2 comments a year about people complaining that I am shooting at 1080p. But that's just like less than 1% of the comments I get. So yeah, I don't know. I am not incentivized to spend more on more expensive gear, for the time being anyways. What I meant is the connection to your camera. Oh yeah, so the camera goes from mini HDMI or micro HDMI, whichever. I think it's mini HDMI. It's the more square one. Yeah. Then that goes to normal HDMI. Then I have a normal HDMI cable going to the USB capture card into my back IO. Yeah. I use my phone as a monitor for testing PCs using these little capture cards. Dude, how are you seeing anything on your phone if you're testing PCs? How can you see anything like numbers and stuff? Demon says, when was the last time you did a setup tour? The last time I did a setup tour, oh my goodness, what year was that? Wasn't it just the beginning of this year? Let me see. Not much has changed. So 1 year ago it says, what was this? January 2022. Okay, so about a year and a half ago. So yeah, a year and a half ago I did a setup tour. For the most part, my setup, let me see. How different does my setup look than this? So for this kind of looks actually no, it changed. I moved the sofa, but let me go to the other area of the setup tour. So did I have 2 tables here yet? Or did I only have 1 table? Oh yeah, so this was when my setup tour, I only had 1 table here. And again, this is like organized chaos for me too. Like, I kind of know where everything is, but you can see it's just random stuff everywhere. But yeah, this is before I got my second long table in here. And then there's my shoe holder thingy organizer that I put all my cables in. I got 2 of them. There's one on this door too. Bunch of random tubs and boxes. Remember the most recent video I just released, cases? Yeah, just too many cases all around. But I keep all of these because these are all my handled cases. All of these cases, except for this Dell Optiplex. Well, it's that one back. These ones right here all have handles. It's not good being a case junkie because case take up way too much room. I find it hard to get rid of cases that are somewhat modern though. So in the most recent video that I did, where straight up dude had... Did you notice that guy was barefoot? Did y'all notice he was barefoot when I met up with them? I don't know. I don't know if I could ever go barefoot into like just straight up, you know, outside. There could be anything on the ground that could cut my foot up and get me like straight up infected and stuff like that. But yeah, so this dude was barefoot. I don't know, maybe is that surfer culture? What is that? But all these guys kind of look like skaters, or maybe stoners, whichever. But yeah, barefoot, straight up. So like the cases that I gave away, right? All these cases, they were old enough for me to be like, I'm pretty much ready to throw them away if no one's gonna take them and if I was too lazy to recycle them. But so those kinds of cases I don't want to keep. But I have plenty of cases that have either uniqueness to them or are not as annoying. Here's that Bit Phoenix one. I finally got rid of it. So yeah, it was just sitting from all the way from even before this, January 2022. The Bit Phoenix one just sitting, taking up space in my studio before I got rid of it. But skaters are stoners. Is that a fact? I'm not a skater, and I don't have many skater friends, so I can't say. Yes, front panel Firewire. Remember when Firewire was a thing? It never really took off, but I have one of my first video cameras that was a hand-me-down was Firewire, and that's how I got into making YouTube videos in high school back in like 2006 or so. So yeah, Firewire, it never caught on, I feel. And USB quickly took over, so. Fell in love with Fractal North, and I had to wait months to finally get it. Was the Fractal North? Let's take a look at it right now. Alright, so it's 6:55 now. I've got like another 10-15 minutes before I have to be done. Let me check my phone, make sure I didn't miss a ton of messages. Okay, I did not. With regards to dinner plans. But Fractal Design North, if I were to look at it right now, trying to buy it. Also, is it not on Amazon? What the heck? Why do I only see Micro Center and Newegg? Is it not on here? It is on here. Why did it not show up? Okay, so it is available on Amazon. And it is available, yeah, on Newegg right now, but... I gotta make a video on my snowblind element case, yeah. D-back connection. Demon says, gotta... Yeah, whoa! Demon, I think it's the point... It's more of the fact that anyone who would have posted already posted because they only have one PC. They aren't building like lots of PCs because they're flippers or sellers. Alright, I gotta admit, even I have been lazy to post all my new builds into PC setup showcases. Like, I have done builds ever since, but I haven't gone ahead and posted the picture. So, yes, I need to at least get caught up in posting in there because I have builds that I, have done and forgot to post. So, yeah. Yeah. The Fractal North was released on November 2022, and they were out of stock for 5 months. That would be all the way up to April. Yeah, so dang. I was telling someone, like, I have too many ratcheting screwdrivers. I have a couple more that I can't find off the top of my head, but now... the LTT screwdriver is now added to my collection of other ratcheting screwdrivers. Well, now, and the stubby is added to it too. So I got the stubby and the regular size ones, as well as a bunch of others. And I'm still gonna buy probably some more. I really like ratcheting screwdrivers. Something about the... It's just so... Especially, like, the different ones give you slightly different click sounds. Very satisfying to me. And they're not... Okay, so this one's like, what, 80 bucks, right? So this is expensive. This one, I think, was like 16 bucks. This one came in a big set that I got for like 30 bucks. It came with a smaller one as well as a bunch of different heads. And then this one my mom got for me for Christmas because she works at Lowe's. And Cobalt is one of the big brands there. And I'm pretty sure this one was like less than 20 bucks. So yeah, I mean, I like ratcheting screwdrivers. And I liked it. I'm just going to say right now, I liked it well before Linus released his. I'm just going to say that. I think I started releasing kind of ASMR builds with ratcheting screwdrivers before the LTT screwdrivers was released. So, I was ahead of the curve on that one. You have a Wakanda screwdriver? What does that even look like? What is a Wakanda screwdriver? Oh my goodness, is this a thing? From Walmart? Is this what you have, Luis? Oh my. Oh, I need to put a new. Oh my goodness. Good. Thank you for the reminder. I need to get a new. Give me 1 second. Discord invite link. Yeah, let me do that real quick. So how to invite people? You check the description section in 3, 2, 1. All right, there should be a new invite there. I'll send it another one. But yeah, let's see. Yeah. Oh, you have this set, Luis. This is the set that you have. Okay. Oh my goodness. Why do you have this? These pliers look very like clunky, don't they? The grips look way too clunky. Like, here's some of my Harbor Freight ones, right? So if you look at these are pretty bare minimum. I mean, you got the rubberized coating on it, but with regards to like, you know, the handle or the part where you grip, it is very, you know, it's nice and slender. But you go to these ones, you get like these big blocky grips, and then like, yeah, I don't know, they look pretty bulky. But that looks like there's a ratcheting, there's the adjustable wrench. Yeah, so you got your hex set right there. Got all your hex sockets. I can't believe it. And then you got the Black Panther carrying case. And it'd be one thing if this was cheaper, but I feel like $40 you could get something very similar to this at like Ace Hardware, Harbor Freight, Lowe's, anything. For even cheaper. It is, you're right. It is a good little gag gift. Look at that, man. Look at that photo-esque picture of it. Check out the Cougar dual face. Duo, not dual. Pro RGB. All right, let's take a look at this. Oh, okay, what is this case? Okay. So this looks like the Montec Air 1000, like the remake, doesn't it? What's that new Montec 1000 Premium? Is the Air 1000 Premium? Let me look. Why does this look so familiar? Where's the pictures of this thing? I mean, they all kind of also share that the way that the inlet works in the front, because I think this one you can remove the glass or have a mesh front, but they also have that front design that looks like the 4000D a little bit. But let me see this one again. I mean, this looks like a pretty solid case. Cougar's kind of a weird one. Yeah, it looks like a 4000D. Cougar as a brand, their cases are, I mean, I'm just gonna go down and look at some random ones. Like all three of the... Oh, this one has a handle. So I was just about to talk crap. But the Panzer Evo RGB. So this one has some handles. So, okay. I like it, except... Do they have a mesh version? This is just overbuilt. If you look at it, this is going to be... I feel kind of like unnecessarily bulky and heavy. Because look at all this extra stuff on it. Like, it has extra framing on top of just the overall rectangular chassis. I mean, I haven't built in this one, but just by the looks of it, it is looking like a little extra. Let's look at, I mean, this is extra. This one looks like kind of a cheaper case. I mean, these two are definitely super extra. They look unique, but I believe, I mean, lots of content creators are built in them. These things are like super heavy. In terms of just like standard modern or like standard square cases, I don't know, something about the Cougar aesthetic I don't really like. Can you guys put your finger on it? Something about the design. Maybe it's they use too big of bezels. 1 second, I got a phone call I gotta pick up. I think it might be about dinner. So give me 1 second, I gotta meet. Never mind, he hung up. Probably, he might have realized that I was on stream still. That has happened before. Yeah, the front panel. That exactly, Pharisty. The front panel, all of them look off a little bit. Like, dude, just have a flat front with like mesh or glass. They're always trying to do like this kind of like an octagon, like really like angled. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, that's a good way to put it. The front panels all look off, and the front panels are kind of important in terms of the aesthetics of a PC case. Yeah, or beveled, that's the term. They are all beveled, but there's nothing wrong necessarily with being beveled. I've seen other manufacturers do the bevel. Maybe it's too beveled. Like, you see how this mesh section, maybe if the bevel was, the total length of it was like half, so that it doesn't eat so much into like the actual opening, that might be it. It's like overly beveled, I guess. Yeah, so, I mean, this case, however, all right, let's look at this dual face though, because it was brought up. So, I mean, if we're looking at it, if you do the glass front, you're pretty limited on airflow because it doesn't have side intake from the looks of these pictures. Yeah, so no side intake. So if you're doing front tempered glass, you only have like these little slots on the side. But let's say you do the front mesh. Again, this looks kind of cool, to be honest. It looks like a, you know, like a tactical, like rugged case kind of, but with the way that these design is put on. But still, it feels like they could have maybe put the mesh, made the mesh holes run closer to the edge. It looks like there's some wasted space with regards to how much more airflow they can fit in here. It's still something about the front. Like the front, I feel like it could be improved. It's not the worst out there. Cougar has some really ugly cases. This is, I think it's passable, but I mean, what's the special features about this case though? Let's take a look. It looks pretty standard. It looks like this, you could slide this section out, that this thing right here. So it looks like that could slide out with a filter. Yep, quick slide dust filter. Okay, that's cool, I guess. A lot of cases have some kind of a quick removal dust filter. The top coming off is pretty nice. That looks like it's on a hinge. So that's actually really cool for, you know, when you're installing those AIOs or when you have trouble getting that pesky 4 to 8 pin connector in the top left corner there. So that's pretty nice. It's completely removable too. So it looks like it hinges and is removable. So yeah, that's a cool design. What else? Double duty. Cable management bar is cleverly designed. Okay. A lot of... and then they have the adjustable graphics card holder. Yeah, so, I mean, this case looks actually pretty sweet. I think the front design could use some improvement. Oh, here we go. Side panel. Magnetic. 4mm temp... Oh, okay, here we go. Magnetic side panel. Yes. It's got a built-in hub if you want to use it. Okay, how much is this thing? What is the price? I feel like... let's see. Is it even in the US? Oh, Newegg. Yep, Newegg and $90. Mid-tower case. Wait, what the heck? What were we just looking at? We were looking at the 3-fan Pro RGB. Is this a full... What case is this one? That's the Pro. This is the non-Pro. Okay, I see. So this is the other dual face, which has a similar design, and I might actually like this one more for the fact that it's a smaller case. Yeah, this one looks like the smaller version for $90. Okay, not bad. And then this is the full... $100. Okay, so for the mid-tower, three front fan support, $100. Not bad. Oh, the black one's on a flash sale. Here we go, $90. Yeah, I mean, this case is pretty sweet. Yeah, that's a good point, Rob. Glass front also works if you have airflow top to bottom. The thing is, though, it's hard to get top to bottom airflow with a lot of power supply basement designs. because you just, I mean, let's take a look at the basement here. Unless, oh, okay, no, well, if you look at the basement, let's see if we can zoom in more. So the power supply basically takes up this entire section. You're not going to get much airflow through there. You'll get a little bit because there is a small gap between the power supply and it. This is usually open, but then you're probably going to stuff it with cables, which, I mean, Luke showed that that does nothing. But then this is also blocked off here. So it's, so cases like the 011 Dynamic or similar works well, right? Because it's dual chambered. So you don't have a complete basement down here kind of blocking it away. You have all your power supply stuff in the back so that you can just have open mesh down here. Then top to bottom works really well. Here, I mean, I'm sure some air can easily get pulled through here, but it kind of looks, I feel like it kind of looks funny when you put a fan on top of the shroud, kind of close to the graphics card. And also, I need to look, the bottom, they said they have mesh too. How meshed is the bottom? Is it, oh, it's through the entire bottom length, it looks like. But yeah, probably better to still do bottom to top than do the front with that glass. But overall, I mean, it's not a bad looking case by any means. I just think there are many better looking cases out there. And again, Cougar, I've never been a huge fan. I've built in a Cougar case before. I don't build in many, because why build in it when there's so many other options out there? But let's see. Was that 340 build? What was that build? It is one of my oldest videos. If I can find it, I can't find it. I have to sort by oldest. We're gonna go to like straight up. Where did that? Oh, $260 budget build. Oh my goodness. But where's that Cougar case at? Here it is. What is this thing called again? The Cougar Spike Mini. I got this from Tiger Direct's eBay account, and I bought it for $13.99 with free shipping. This doesn't happen anymore these days. Deals like, I mean, imagine shipping out a whole, I mean, it's a micro ATX case, sure, but shipping out a whole case with free shipping for $14. And this was back before eBay had tax too. So I paid $14 exactly. I didn't pay 14 plus tax plus shipping. I paid 14 flat. This was crazy. When was this? 2016? Like, yeah. I mean, you can find deals like this once in a while, but it's definitely farther and fewer than what it used to be. But yeah, let's see. JG Wright says there's a stream submission. Okay, that might be the last thing we look at. And it's funny because JG Wright, this was around the time when like you won that Optiplex contest that I put out. This was like the earlier years of the channel, the first couple of years. Okay, stream submissions. Oh wait, what else is stream submissions? We already looked at this stream submissions earlier with the Gerald and Dunn. All right. Ooh, okay. I gotta get ready to go to dinner, so we're gonna have 5 more minutes of just hanging out. Thanks to everyone who has hung out for this long so far, though. Water bottle here. Oh, I wore this hoodie last week too, and it's not because I don't change my clothes ever, but it's because I only wear this down in the basement because the AC is on in the house because it's hot upstairs, but the basement is freezing here in the summertime. So this is to keep me warm. But yeah, just gonna hang out with the chat and read the comments for the last few minutes before I have to go. So whatever you guys want to talk about, we can just chill and talk about. Let me look at the comments. For only $10, let's see. I like the dual face a little bit more than the air face, since it has a few more features for $10 more. I'm still waiting for a micro ATX case that appeases me. Micro ATX cases right now. Yeah. Huh. I'm trying to think of micro ATX cases that I like a lot. Lee has a pretty solid, what is it, 215? No, not, which one is that? Lee micro ATX. It's kind of basic looking though. This one right here. What are they? What is the picture? Oh, the Landcool 205M. Yeah, 205 mesh. But the only thing I wish about this one though is I wish, like, I hate. What do they call this on the phone? A chin and a forehead or whatever. I hate that they didn't make the mesh go throughout the entire front panel. Like, why? I hate that it's partially panelized, partially meshed. For some reason, it's super ugly to me, but otherwise, a very solid case. Other than that. Micro ATX cases, though, yeah. There's none of them that I'm super excited about. There are a lot of here's the issue. I think there's a lot of good mid towers out right now. I just wish case manufacturers would invest in retooling them, or getting the tooling done to make micro ATX versions of them. I think so I've talked to case manufacturer representatives, and the gist is that micro ATX is not popular enough and profitable enough for a lot of case manufacturers to like focus on it more than mid towers, which to me is kind of like, I guess I'm one of the few, or I'm against the grain in liking micro ATX more than mid towers, but that's definitely not the general consensus of PC gamers or PC builders out there. Mid tower just like apparently just get way more sales than micro ATX. So that's the reason why you don't see as many micro ATX designs, because it's kind of like a gamble for a company to invest in tooling to be able to manufacture the cases, and then all of a sudden, you know, end up is not popular and it doesn't sell as well as the mid tower counterpart that they already have and don't have to put any more money into, right? So Asus has a nice looking new one. Asus has a micro ATX case that's nice looking, that's new. The Prime, this one. If it's this one, then is this? I don't know. It's actually a micro ATX. If anything, it's. I bet this is smaller than some ITX cases. This thing looks pretty small. Again, okay. Let's look at the. Where's the product shots? Where's the photos? Can I get some like zoom in? Ah, here we go. All right, so this case looks pretty sweet. I'm gonna complain again. I mean, I know they had to get the front I/O on there. Like, couldn't they have put that on the top? Because I'm sure the top isn't fully meshed. Let me see the... Was it... Can I see the top panel? Are they going to show it? Where's like a shot of... Oh, no, the top is... No! The top also has... Yeah. Something about this mostly mesh with... But not all mesh. Like, having like these strips of... solid panel, it to me is aesthetically ugly. I'm sure the performance and airflow of this is great, but aesthetically, yeah, I just don't like the case design. I think looks pretty good, looks pretty solid. It's just something about the panels on it. Dominic says, "Hello Danny, what's up? When are you coming back to Houston, Texas?" Maybe in January, we'll see. For the LAN party again, but it's not guaranteed. Cause yeah, it's not guaranteed, but we'll see. It looks like it's upside down. Now that you mention it, I can kind of see that. Yes, I am still streaming. I need to get off like right now because we got to get to dinner soon. But test bench with the handle for ease of transfer. Yes, all cases need to have screw holes so that you can put on handles if you want to after the fact. I guess you gotta wait for a Meshlicious version. Yeah, because Meshlicious, they go more on the, let's look at their paneling. Yeah. I mean, they have some bezels, but I don't think it looks that bad. Yeah, here we go. This is like super mesh all around. Except for like a little bit of the notch they put out for that. A lot of people don't like front panel IOs to be on the top. They get smaller cases like this to fit in their shelves and have the plugs in. Yeah, no, I totally get it. Like, functionality, that's why I was saying it's just aesthetics. I think functionally, the case is actually, it looks really good. It's just due to my own whatever weird personal preferences. I don't like it when cases have, like, big, thick sections of, you know, unmeshed portion. The Johnsbow D30. This is the last one I'm pulling up. And then I'm gonna go have some dinner. And y'all should too if you haven't yet. The Johnsbow D30. Oh, isn't this what... This is what the TU-150 from Lee was it? Actually, no. I'm confusing it with something else. I don't think the D30 is related to it at all. Yeah, East Coast people are full. Y'all, it's 10 something for y'all, and you already had dinner. I'm having a pretty late dinner at around 8 p.m., so, yeah. Can I come over for dinner? We're actually going out. So we're being taken out for dinner. My sister-in-law is taking us out, so. I already had my large Domino's one topping for $8. Dude, that's a good deal. What one topping do you get, though? Is it pep? You had a BLT, nice. It's lunch in Australia. You get one topping to put on your Domino's pizza. What do you get? I'm just a pepperoni guy, I'm thinking. Roni. I'm pepperoni, though one of these days I might just try just jalapeno cheese pizza. That's gotta be good, right? Jalapeno cheese bagels, that's a thing. Jalapeno cheese snacks, it's a thing. Chicken or pepperoni. I've never had just a chicken cheese pizza. And tomato sauce, of course. But I've never had just a chicken pizza. I'm gonna have to try that one day. I had poutine and beaver tail for my last night in Canada. Nice. You like kiwi on pizza? Okay. I don't know about the kiwi. I'm not a pineapple guy, so. Alright, y'all. I want to give a huge thanks to all of you for being here at the first stream back after LTX. Look forward to LTX content. I should have something tomorrow. I'm going to be dropping a lot more YouTube shorts because all of my interview type questions work really well into shorts format. And then I also have the SSD giveaway one. So, and then maybe I'll do an NVIDIA versus AMD. I haven't decided if I'll do a full video on that or just shorts content from me asking people if they like AMD versus NVIDIA. But we'll see. But then, yeah, after that, I got LAN party stories down at Jan's house from back in March. I got PCI Gen 4 versus 3 versus 2 versus 1. I got a lot of stuff planned. It's just, I need to get them out because I'm slow at editing. But, yeah. Have a good night, everyone. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend coming up. And I will see you in the comments as well as the next stream and or video. Good night.